Hey everyone, this is Laggy. This video is going to be a quick overview of the new Hyperroll game mode and include tips and tricks for the Hyperroll game mode. As of this video, I am currently in the top 50 PvE ranks for Hyperroll, peaking at rank 20. So how much does Hyperroll differ from TFT? Well, in Hyperroll there's only one opening carousel, and your Little Legends are a lot faster than regular TFT, similar to the Little Legends Galaxy back in set 3. Each Little Legend starts with 20 HP, and every round you will lose a fixed amount of HP per loss. Games average at around 20 minutes, which is about half the length of a regular TFT game. In this mode, you also gain 2 gold per loss, and there are no win or lose streaks. It used to be you'd gain 2 gold per win, but during the PvE cycle, they've changed it to gain 2 gold per loss. In addition, there's no interest income, and you also gain a fixed amount of income per round. So stages in Hyperroll are a lot shorter than regular TFT. Most stages have up to 2 PvP rounds, with the exception of stage 9. The amount of units you can place on the board are based on the stages, so you cannot gain EXP. So starting at stage 1, it is the carousel round, and then stage 2 we have a creep round, with every player starting at 10 gold. Stage 3, we have 2 PvP rounds. Stage 4, we have a 4-item armory where you can choose between 4 items, and 2 PvP rounds afterwards. Stage 5, we have the Krugs round that has a 3-item armory with 1 PvP round. Stage 6, there's Wolves with a 3-item armory, 1 PvP round, a 4-item armory, followed by another PvP round. Stage 7, we have the Raptors, which comes with a 3-item armory, followed by 2 PvP rounds. Stage 8, we fight the dragon, followed by 2 PvP rounds. And stage 9, which is the true late game, we start off fighting Rift Herald, and then followed by 5 PvP rounds, and players should be eliminated during stage 9. So for the early game, so this would be stage 1 to 4, you would take 2 damage per loss. In this state, it is very easy to get good frontline units because there are many of them, and harder to get good damage units. So fights are generally longer and drawn out. If you're losing fights in the early game, make sure you roll down to 0 gold every turn to try to stabilize and construct a stronger team. In my experience, it's always worth winning in the early game because open forting 8 HP for 8 gold is generally a very bad strategy. This is because 8 HP in the late game is equivalent to 2 lives, and 2 lives is a lot of lives. In the mid game, this would be stage 5 to 7, you actually take 4 damage per loss. If you're stronger than most of the lobby and your board is capped, try to conserve your gold so you can do a big roll down at level 7, try to hit those 4 cost units. If you're weaker than most of the lobby and you're losing every round, make sure you roll to 0 to stabilize. Now if you're flip-flopping, winning and losing, you might want to roll a little bit to complete pairs to ensure that you're confident in winning the next few rounds. Basically, once you hit level 7, you should try to roll all of your gold for a 4 cost carry, because at this point, the odds are the best to hit that carry with your money. It is unlikely you'll survive to level 8 if you're weak. In the late game, this is defined by stage 8 to 9, you take 6 damage per loss, which is a lot. And basically, if you can hit a 2-star 4 cost by stage 7, and you have more than 1 life, you might consider saving gold to roll for legendaries at level 9 because there's not much you can hit at level 8. But suppose you do not have 2-starred 4 costs by level 8 or need a crucial 5 cost, try to roll down to 0 at level 8 because you probably won't live until level 9. Last of all, some general tips. If you get Nikos in the early game, make sure you save them for 4 cost carries. And if you do manage to 2-star 4 cost carry without using your Nikos, then save them for 5 cost carries. It is generally, in my experience, never worth slamming Nikos for early units because you can definitely donkey roll and get those units without doing anything. In the early game, it's very crucial that you slam item components on units that you plan to sell later. For example, if you have an extra chain vest or sword on the bench and you have a fodder unit, make sure you place that item because it could turn around the fight. Last of all, a cool trick I've been using, especially in the early game, roll at level 2 to make 2-star 1 cost, because at level 2 the chance of getting a 1 cost unit is 100%, so you will not get any 2 cost units in the pool. And in the early game, it's almost never worth putting a 1-star 2 cost over a 2-star 1 cost. So you might as well get your 2-star 1 cost in the early game by rolling at level 2 because you'll have more than enough gold to do so. That's pretty much it for this video. Let me know if that was helpful, and if you want to see more content in the future, please do subscribe. Thank you.